Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and today I'm going to be playing with the sorry, didn't mean to have the, well, sort of the watercolor papers that I've cut down. I did start playing a little bit without you guys. Basically I had this one I stamped and then did colored pencils to color in the flower. I stamped it with Chianti VersaFine. And then did like some like a maroon and an orange colored pencil, and then kind of wet it and rubbed it in. I don't know. But I put it right on the background, so some of the background shows through, which is fine. It's not my favorite. I don't know, because I don't know why. It could still be a background. But these, this one's still drying. I stamped on watercolor paper, and then I used watercolors to fill it in. I like that a little bit better. I think what I didn't like about this one is just too dark. Yeah, it's just too dark. This one is a little bit better. You can see more of the delineation of the petals. I can maybe bring some highlights somewhere in there or something. I don't know. And this one I stamped in the twilight, wherever that one is, of the VersaFine Claire, and then used watercolors on that one. So this one also watercolor, and this one I stamped on and then sprayed a little bit, and I could either cut it out and it would look really cool, or I could just leave it right on there and it looks really cool. Same with this one. I just stamped it on there and then sprayed water, sprayed my spray, sprayed a little bit of water, dabbed it with the towel or whatever it was. Dried baby wipe is what it was. And that's what that one looks like, and that's a fun background as well. So I'm basically, it was Lemon Something Studios I was watching this morning. I'll try to link her. And I just kind of want to do some backgrounds like she does, but not do all the stamping. I just want to do the watercolor parts, and I might do inks for some of them. But I'm going to start with watercolor, and I've just got, I'm going to try to do just like a couple colors on each one. Okay, I think I might do this one lime green, and this deep turquoise maybe. So I'm going to start with two colors because that's what she was doing on her particular one today. Oh, there's my twilight. I don't really need those right in my face, but oh well. And I've just got a watercolor brush, number 10. I don't think that part matters so much. Okay, so she sprayed on her piece. And I don't mind to go this way. Hers mostly go more landscape. And just gonna grab some of this. And then she just kind of like twisted her brush and whatnot. It's a little brighter than, well, bright's okay. And then she would take some darker bits and kind of drip it in places, I think. She had some good granulating. I'm not sure how these are. Which ones am I using? These are the, yeah, I can't. Kuretake, that's what these are, the Kuretake. Because I got them for myself in Christmas 2023 and hardly used them last year. So I really would like to use them more this year. So yeah, alright, I want to add some of the slime green or whatever. Just kind of let it blend in and not worry too much about. So I'm just making backgrounds. I wonder if I did them this way, if I then I might not be thinking about so much of the, the direction, because I just want a background more than anything. Whoops, that was a lot. It's alright. It's just practice. I'm not going to worry about anything. I'm okay with some white showing in the middle, because when it dries, but I'm starting this video today because I want these to dry like, naturally. I don't want to use a hairdryer on them or whatever. Alright, I'm not sure how I like the green. I'm just going to try different color combinations and see which ones I like. Plus, it's not dry yet, so, I could let that run down a little bit. I don't know. Just kind of, I don't know, let it blend a little bit more. Alright, setting that one aside to dry. I'm not taping them down. Generally with watercolor paper, you probably want to tape it down some. This one might not even be, I don't know, if it is watercolor, it is, let's see, if it is watercolor, shadow green. Let's try that one. Then it's a thinner watercolor than what I've got. Oh, spray. I mean, you don't have to spray, but that's how you get you. And then just kind of get some stuff on there and turn your brush, because we want random. We don't want it to be all. And let's see, do we have like more of a, what's this one? Sap green. Yeah, we have a sap green there. I want some, I don't know what I want. She had one that was like a bark brown. I don't think I have that. A Venetian red. No, I want a brown or a neutral. Is this one a dark raw umber? Try that one. So I'm just gonna splatter some water on there because, you know, why not? These are very pigmented watercolors as far as I can tell. Little water droplets on the side. Some of them could be brown, some of them can be. And splatter some brown into the, I don't know how that's going to turn out in the end. I don't know. I can't tell anything at this point. I'm just like, wait, this doesn't look quite what I want, but I don't really know what I want until it's dry. I can't tell what it's going to look like in the end until it's dry. So, I don't know. Not loving it, but that doesn't mean I won't love it when it's dry. I got to get used to that. But I just want some backgrounds for now. Let's see. Go ahead and do my turny brush thing. And then drop in some water into that. Do some more turny brush business, maybe. Maybe add in some of the sap green. Maybe I like more colors that are a little bit closer to each other. I don't know. Then, what was I thinking of doing? Where is, let me find it. I'm just going to take the first thing I found. So I'm going to take this stamp and I'm just going to lay it on top of there while it dries. Hopefully it will stay on there. Who knows? And kind of see what happens with that. It will come up a little bit because that, you know, because the paper's warped and the stamp doesn't sit perfectly straight. Alright, do you want some brown? So yeah, just playing sap green, a little foresty business. Oh, that is dark. Right, don't make lines, you don't like that. Alright, I'm just gonna take it down, mix it around. Looks really ugly at this moment in time. And let's see, watercolor comes off, right? So yeah, it's just watercolor. I wish I had two of these. I don't have two of these. I do have two of these. Hold on. Get something. So putting things on it while it's still wet kind of interrupts the flow, I think, and will give you a pattern when it dries. It won't be a perfect pattern because I don't want a perfect pattern. But so that's why I'm kind of putting that on there and setting it over to dry somewhere. Well, it came off of that, but the paint will settle in places, I think. Should I do the spray again this time? And some sap green. I'm actually just gonna do this time. I've seen people do that too, just kind of that with some bright-ish. Can I mix that with this to darken it? Yeah. Okay. And then kind of splatter that color as well. And now I've got this, I want the bigger one, this one. And I think I will put it upside down on it and just press it on there, and it probably will not stay on there, but that's alright. I'm just kind of pressing it for like a few seconds just so that it will get that disruption and hopefully give me a little pattern when it dries. Don't worry, I won't do them all in the cool colors, but I do really like cool colors, so there's that. That's a weird color. Ooh, but it is like kind of could even cover the whole background. It doesn't have to be just in the middle. And I mean whole as in like still leave some white spots. So it's not completely covered, because I think it has a little bit more interest that way. I don't know. Ooh, yeah, let's do that. That's kind of fun background. So yeah, we're just kind of playing with watercolor paper and watercolors and making backgrounds. Oh, this has some resist paint on it. You'll see in a second. You can't see it right now, but I can't remember what I did. Did I use... I don't know what I did exactly. But you'll see it in a minute. I'm thinking you could use, I think I used like a brush and some gesso or paint, and it's not showing up a lot. It's not even hardly showing up at all, is it? Should we mix in a little bit of something else? Just kind of be random. Okay, you can almost see it in there. Can you see it? I don't know if you can or not. Maybe when it dries you'll see it better. Setting that off to the side, and that made me think I could do some resists with, and you know, have it be more, you know, on purpose. I mean, instead of you can use stencils, yes, but also I do need to make sure it dries first, and also being able to see it is I mean, you're watching me draw something, but you can't see what I'm drawing. I can't even see what I'm drawing, to be honest. Alright, set that aside to dry. This one, let's just do... just random circles. Set that aside to dry. We'll see how this does. I'm not sure how it will do with the paint markers and whatnot. Alright, and set that aside to dry for a minute. I know, don't do too many, you don't know what they're going to do. Just drawing lines on this one. Alright, gonna let those dry a minute, and then I will paint them if I hopefully remember. Don't forget about them in the next few minutes. See how that does for a resist. Alright, I'm going to do some more fully covered. Alright, spray it. Splatter it. It's really dark. Just kind of be really random with it. And then get another color. Whoops. It's a little bit different at least, and kind of spray, you know, put that on there and flatten it somehow. Put that on there for a few seconds and see what happens. Just displacing the color so it won't have like a all over pattern, because some of the color will go back in after I lift this. But I'm hoping for some, and we'll see what keeps and what kind of goes away. So there's, that one's got pattern in the background. Hope I remember where I put all these. Also, I'm getting thirsty. Drink my iced coffee. I hope I'm straight. Otherwise, Mariah will turn me off. She won't. She'll just have to look away. Look away. Look away, dear heart. Alright, just going to cover this with the paint wash here. And come back the other way for like an ombre kind of effect maybe. And then also spray it and just set it aside to dry. You could also put salt. There's lots of things you could do with watercolor. You could put some salt on there and whatnot. Okay, are these dry enough, do you think, to show that resist a little bit? A little bit. My dad is very moving. He's very restless at the moment, I think, because I can hear his chair like for the last hour or so. I know my mom used to complain about how much he moved at night because I think he's got restless leg syndrome, but he's in a chair right above me and I can hear it moving constantly. All right, so the resist is just slight. It's like super subtle. So subtle it's a secret. Love that. Love the so subtle it's a secret. It's one of my favorite sayings. All right, so just know that. Oh, let's use some brighter colors too. So far we've used all the warm, cool colors. Let's move on to some warm. Ooh, I like a more. Let's try that green too because it's more yellowy. Where'd I get that one from? I don't. Must have been the other box. Yellow ochre is here. I like a yellow ochre. Because why would we go bright when we can go... There must be a magenta. Alright, here's a violet. Apparently I like violet. It's already been used quite a bit. What's this one? Black. Okay, would not have thought that one was black. That was a purple, blue. Oh, there's more olivey. I like olive, yellowy. Then we get the yellow ochre. I don't see anything here that's like close to... I guess the closest thing... That's maroon. I'll pull that one out. The closest thing to like a quinacridone magenta would be like a burnt sienna. Not magenta. Quinacridone nickel azo gold would be. Alright, let's just go ahead and spray this one. And, whoops, not clean our brush good so that our yellow ochre is this weird kind of a color. I need clean water. That's the gist of that. Sometimes, if you don't know where to put your brush, just splatter, and the splatters can help you decide where to put your brush. Alright, you can kind of see the circles under there. Setting that aside to dry. See, at an angle, I can see where the paint is, like, really easily. What if we do wet on dry? Do we get any more of a resist if we do that? Like that? Maybe. We'll see when it dries. Some of these we won't know. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Well, won't be able to find them if they keep turning upside down. One more of these. When in doubt, just splatter about. Sap green with it, maybe. Spray it. Add some of this bright green, yellow green over here. Sure, we'll just go off the edges now because if I don't like what the shape is doing, that's just what I'll do. I'll just go to the edges because why not? Just want it to move about a little bit more. I mean, I did draw something on there with a white paint pen, but you can't tell. Oh, we got a little bit of red happening there. Do we want any more? Just a little, since we got it here. and we get it there. Maybe over here, and over here, and over here. Just kind of let it flow into the green a little bit, and not look too Christmassy or anything. Some of it will brown out, but that's alright. Alright, that's got to dry. So just gotta remember, when it dries, it's gonna look different. When it dries, it's gonna look different. I'm not loving everything that's happening. But, you know. Oh, also I wanted to do some with some sprays too, because why not? But just because they're sprays doesn't mean you have to use them as sprays. You could totally use your brush with them. Mix them with some watercolor. This works better if you have like not a porous surface to like mix your colors in, but that's alright. Just being random with it. I don't know how they're going to turn out, how the colors are going to mix or granulate or any of that. But just putting them out there. Let's see, what stamps do I have that I could kind of, I could just go ahead and displace some of the, I'm just pressing on this side because I don't want it to come all the way to the other side. I want it more distressed, and then over here, and there's still some ink on this too, so that's coming off a little bit too. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Might just be the ink shows a little bit in the background, and that's fine. And that's another thing you can do too, is you can, oh shoot, put down some, what's this side? Stamping on your, you can also do this, on your background, and then, you know, permanent ink stamping. Also, you can do that, and that's really pretty. Okay, let's do more of that. With some couple different colors. I've done this with woodies before with the stamps, the pencils, the watercolor pencils. But I think also it could be fun with just watercolors. I mean, if you could do it with the watercolor pencils, why can't you also do it with the watercolors and get a nice background like that? I like that. Let's do more of that. Does anybody know kind of, I just really like turquoises and greens. That's just how I roll, apparently. Alright, I'm just gonna do it on the wrong side. Wait, what is, sometimes I can't, nope, that was the right side. That's alright. There we go. I could do something, another stamp there or something else. But yeah, I really like this. We get whatever's left on here. There we go. It's okay if it runs together in the middle. Do we want a little something on the top? I don't know. It's fine. Alright, setting those aside to dry. Just go ahead and finish this one off. Get the rest of the paint off of there. Really subtle background, but it'll be a fun background. Just kind of get the rest off of that. Wipe it off. It's watercolor, so they're water soluble. So even if I didn't get that wiped off right away, it would get wiped off eventually. Dirty water. Gonna muddy up some violet with it. Yeah, but don't like, I like the look when other people do it, but for some reason, when I am trying to do the water thing in the middle, it doesn't look good for me. I don't know. I'm going to set that one on top of that and see if any of the water, and I kind of pressed it in a couple of places with my finger on the mesh The mesh canvas is what that's called. When I looked it up yesterday for somebody, those little round things I use, those were also mesh canvas. They do have them on Amazon, but you kind of have to buy 10 at a time. Although there were some sets where there were like 30 with 3 different sizes, and I'm like, well, I could buy that and then break it down into sets and then sell them in my shop, or, you know, have Cheryl sell them. Either, oh, turning, that's what I'm forgetting to do. I'm forgetting to do the turning. That's kind of, and then drop some color in. And maybe a little bit of the burnt sienna. Maybe even a little bit of the yellow. Ooh, that yellow ochre is very pigmented. A lot of this is very pigmented. Why we're going off the ends, I don't know. I don't like it. Let it dry. Just let it dry, Darcy. Just let it do its thing. Move things about the cabin. It might be just fine. Alright, here's part of my mixing all that in. We'll see what it looks like when it's dry. It's going to be very orangey, isn't it? Oh, and if you get too much paint, you just soak it up with either a dry brush or just bring in your little tissue, dried baby wipe, whatever you've got on hand. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I will tell you though that once this dries, you can see the resist a little bit better. This is almost dry. It's still a little bit damp. And you can see how much different that looks than it did when I first did it. And you can even come back in and do another layer. Say I want to like punch up some other color in here. I could totally do that. Kind of come in a couple of places here and there. Oh, my delivery's here. Coming! My husband's like, why is he getting that? It's a winterberry bush. He wanted some winterberry, which is also what, tea something. I'm just gonna keep coming in with just some random marks on this damp and just see how that's gonna look when it dries. Let's see, this one needs a little, see, I don't mind how the edges are like that when it's dry, but for some reason when it's wet, not a fan. Oh, see, I'm gonna have to replace that one, aren't I? I also want to use the Mostest. But if I want some more, because this is like all flat one color, which I figured would help to see the background a little better if I did that. But let's just layer up some layers. Is this the first one we did? I'm going to have to iron it. Sorry, to help it not warp, you tape them down. But when you're doing a whole bunch at one time, that's kind of hard to do. Unless you have a whole bunch of cardboard that you can just kind of tape them all to and set them to the side while they dry. Which would be an idea. I'm not loving this. Okay. Let's bring in some of this more yellow green. And some more of the turquoise maybe. And let that dry and kind of see what happens. It's partly the shape in the middle that I don't love, but you know. Oh, and I don't know what's happening here, but we got a lot of, it's all going down to the end. Just get that up there. You can already see just as it's drying how it just changes so much. Alright, next. Alright, so if we cover the whole thing, mostly, I mean I don't mind a little white, but and then Add some dirty yellow ochre. Then add some sap green. Why not? Oh, water down the sap green. You don't necessarily need it full strength sap green. That's the thing. And then just let it roll around and merge and whatnot and see what happens. Let's see, I might spray it because there's some bits in there that aren't moving like I want them to. Alright, I must have red on my finger. Oh no, it's this red right here. Keeps wanting to pull up on some areas. That violet, I should say. So we're just going to make it look like it was on purpose and do it in a couple places, I guess. Now it's more purple than violet, but or brown or whatever. There we go. Just gonna set that. That's gonna be really light. This here, I want him to spread. I want him to spread. Oh, let's get a little bit more. Oh, it's over here. Just put a little bit more in there to spread. Spread your wings. Fly like an eagle. Move, spread, and move, and do your thing. Make it interesting in the end. Running out of room. Not that I planned and had room. How are we doing on time? Because we're going to want to have time to look at these when they're done. But, you know, I had a big stack of these. Oh, here, this one. I wonder if I should do any more like this. I think I used like a water-soluble pencil to just kind of draw that messily on here. What about like a blue? Do we want more of a blue? What do we have here? These are violets, I think. What's this one? Cerulean blue. I want more like a indigo. Cobalt blue. I mean, I guess cobalt blue. Ultramarine. Not a fan of ultramarine. Prussian. Now, Prussian blue I could be a fan of. I could even get it fairly well. It's going to mix with some. Give me a nice teal. So, you know, I should try like one of the brushes from yesterday because then it'll be even more imperfect. I grab, I've got some here. I've got smaller brushes. This one's not quite as, oh, I hate a wood handle. Wish that they would finish wood-handled brushes even on cheap brushes because I just don't like wood. How much wood could woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Don't know. I don't know why he's going in there. Gotta go bug my son, I guess. Just try different things. You know, it's all about experimenting. Find out what it is you like or don't like. You won't know. Alright, I'm going to blot this on this messy paper, which is going to probably pick up some other weird colors. Don't know what my husband's doing, but that's his voice you hear. Just saying. Alright, let's just put it to the side, Darcy. Just put it to the side. I can't. I just can't. Now can you? Probably. Just putting it to the side. Let it dry. Let it dry. Let it dry. Alright. Okay, maybe if I do it like that, like with the big brush, and then it's not going to get such a weird shape that I don't like, but can still kind of have, it's very wet though. It's way too wet. It just needs to be damp. It doesn't have to be that wet. Okay. A little Prussian blue. Turning my brush, smushing and turning and smushing and turning and smushing and turning. been using porous paper for my palette. Not sure why, because I actually have palette paper, so it really makes no sense as to why I would choose to use porous paper as my palette. But you know me, being all weird and whatnot. I just barely touched that down. I just wanted to get some of the excess off of there. I'm going to put it upside down on the paper. Okay, so, oops, I do want it straightish. Press it in a couple places. So this one's still kind of wet here, but you can see the design from the plastic mesh that I put it on. And I can just go ahead and come in and pick up that excess. Can pick it up everywhere if I want to. Okay, it still needs to dry a little bit more, but that's mostly dry. And what I would probably do here is like draw something on the front. Although what she was doing was like stamping and making, she was doing more abstract. I want more of a background that I can then draw something on to make a tag with, is more what I'm thinking. That's what's in my... Oh, see, I don't mind that as a background either. Don't want to add, I just don't know if I do want to add any more color to that. Get a little bit of sap green. Just like that, let it dry. I don't know. Just making backgrounds, like she said. She said she's making backgrounds. She's talking to herself. She's looking for some stencils. Oh, she has some. Let's see. Little stripper. I know it's not dry. I should wait for it to dry. I don't want to. I kind of just want to kind of leave it on there. I could kind of tape it from the back. Actually, it's staying. All right, I'm going to set that one on there and see how that picks up. Let's do that with a few of these. Just take my strippers and pick up whatever's there. And because it's Yupo, it sticks nicely to the, it just like sucks onto the wet paint. So now can I just do a little bit of a spray just to see what happens in the end? Just kind of see if it darkens it up or anything. I just kind of want it to be more splotchy, I guess. That's what I'm thinking. Whenever you see me use foam stamps or white stencils, those are all from PM Artist Studio. That is who the small family company with whom I design. Does that make sense? With whom? I don't know. That I design for. Let's see. What else do we want on there? Oh, we don't have maroon. We haven't used maroon for a minute. Splattering red is not always a good idea because it could end up looking a little bit on the bloody side. Just warning ya. Maroon, well yeah, that would be like Glide Red, but it's more brick red, I guess. I don't know. It's maroon. It's what it says on the thing. Jumping Jack Flash. I don't know which side. It doesn't glow. Let's go at an angle this time. So it's just, you know, we'll see what we're going to get with patterns with our... These are strippers. This was set. Did I have the paper for this one? No. I do. That was volume 1. See, volume 1. I got more. What else can we use in here? Oh, also have some masks. This would be fun to use some ocean masks. by a seahorse. Although now I have a seahorse stamp, but still. This is fun with this type of thing. See how much shows up in the ocean. Right, let's go ahead and just little turquoise. See, it's more fun like that. Just if I don't care, it's just more fun. Gonna put that mask on there. Get it pressed on there good. And just let it dry. And see what happens once it's dry. Let it dry, let it dry. Some more of the blue. We like the blue. I don't know. I'm more of a, I know Carrie, which a lot of people came from Carrie, crafter. We love him. He likes warm colors, and I mean, he uses all the colors. Don't get me wrong. He likes all the colors, but he's more drawn to the warm side of the color wheel, and I'm more drawn to the cool side, because that's just how I roll. We're just going to go on the side here. There, let it disperse the liquid. Okay, how many more pieces? I had a lot of pieces. All right, let me find some more stencils. I like this stencil idea. All right, I grabbed some stencils. I don't know what I grabbed. It was whatever I could reach. The problem I'm going to have is that then I'm going to have to put away these stencils, and that's going to make me sad, which, oh, that's kind of cool. I can't tell which side is which, but that's all right. We'll just kind of pick up some of this grunginess in the background. And just let that dry as is. Okay. Sometimes I just want to settle. Sometimes. See, it's just a word. One word can put a song in my head. It's so weird. So we do want to mix a little bit of brown in this if I'm going to do the gears. Maybe, maybe not. I was gonna, oh, gears is what was one of the ones that came up next. Cascading gears. Ooh, let's see. This is cascading cogs. Do I have two of them? Oh, I see. One is this long one, and these are the shorter ones. That's why they are two different. Just kind of come down from the bottom on that one. The cascading cogs, and because they're like not perfect cogs, they kind of make me think of like coral reefs, so I think those would work in a water journal. In my opinion, I think they would. But I also saw this one here, this poppy strip, which is an IMPP that I got, and so it's still got some pieces in there. I'm going to leave them in there because sometimes that makes it more interesting. Let's see, I might be able to put 2 cards on that one because it's long. I don't know what color though. Maybe some neutrally with bits of red popped in. And maybe on this one, do the red with bits of brown popped in. And just kind of put that one there. And this one here. Except I don't want that line. Well, I could just always make it a shorter one. I might want to cut off that line, but I'll do that another time for future things. Ooh, I also have this, which is a piece of UPO that I cut out on my Cricut. Let's check that one out. Got a lot of green going on in here. Some blue, some sap green. Oh, don't do this with your paints. It's not the best idea. It's just me. Oh, wait. Oh, Okay. Well, that's okay. If that leaf goes behind that leaf, that's just what nature does. All right. Let me try to press that down in the middle a little bit. And then I also might just kind of spray that like that and see what happens. I like mixing sprays and watercolors. It's just more fun that way, you know, just kind of, I mean, I guess if I could have watercolors in a spray, then that would be fun too, but I don't. So there's that. Let's go ahead and spray a little bit of that. You know, will give us a really fun and interesting, we've lost our things, but I think it'll still look really good in the end. Do we want to put something on there? I've got this, which is from, I don't remember what, I don't know, but I really like it. It came in a set. This was part of the 12 by 12, and I cut it down because I don't have space for a 12 by 12 stencil. So, and it was like 4 different designs, so I just cut it down. You can do that. You can do whatever you want with your stencils. Once you buy them, they're yours. Alright. Oh, dragonfly. Do we have a dragonfly that will fit on? Do we have a bigger paper? That's another question. Maybe we just have a bigger, maybe not, but we might have a dragonfly that's small enough. These are masks. Mariah does not like when you guys order these because they're hard to cut. How about if we just take these 2 little ones and do it on a small. I know I'm doing all these things. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to turn out, but I think they'll be fine. I think they'll look just fine. Everything's gonna be, oh yeah, that's fun. Okay. And then we're just gonna do one this way and maybe that, like that. Just for background. And maybe just spray a little bit. I'm running out of space. I got more pieces than I've got space. Not that I have to do all of these today. What time is it? But it's fun. Did I do that on the right side? I don't know that I did. Well, you know what? This could just end up being a double-sided one. A little burnt sienna. And maybe a little bit of violet thrown in there for fun. And just muddy it up. Just make it all brown. That's fine. Whatever. We don't care. And just put part of a dragonfly on there. It's just background. Just realized I had a drawer open up there that I could start putting this stuff on. I know that paper in the back is like super wet. And it's going to just be all, you know how like Play-Doh gets? When you mix all the colors, that's pretty much what that paper back there is going to be. Pretty much what it's going to be. Pretty much what it's going to be. Oh, I won't use that one. Mariah will be mad. She won't. It's just, it's a stencil. It's a mask that she really does not like. Let's see. How's this one? This one's almost dry. Let's take that one off of there and put it on here. And then some of the color from the other one will come off on here. And just let this keep drying. But you can see there's going to be that subtle background back there. This is why it's fun to have like smaller pieces too, because then you can use some of your smaller stencils to get some stuff on there. Yeah, there was more in the pile up there. Of course there was. Why wouldn't there be? We're just playing and seeing what we get. It's about having fun more than anything. Alright, so to that, what other sprays do I have here? I still have this dried marigold. Oh, I was going to also show you, which I think that will be kind of cool when it dries and interesting. Do we want to just go ahead and take this long strip of gears cascading gears. Doesn't matter which way they go because this isn't its upright piece, you know. And I can't use a heat gun to dry these with the UPO because it will melt the UPO. So everything's, that's why it's Thursday for me, but I started making these now so that by Friday they'll be dry and I can show them to you. Can you hear me? Alright, so this one had the bubble wrap on it, and you can see the bubble wrap came up, so it doesn't show it super well. But that's alright. It's just kind of got some rocky indentation. It's interesting. I don't like the outside shape of this one. That's my problem. I love what's happening here though. And maybe when I come along and do something else with it, I will like it a little bit more. I don't know. Moving that brush out of the way is helpful. Just kind of adding a line over there. Do I want to try a line over here? I don't know. Keep working on it till I do like it. Or cut it down small. I don't know. Do we want to add just a little bit to change the shape of it a little bit? I don't know. Some of you are probably like, it's fine how it is. And I'm just like, no, it looks like a weird something. I don't know. It's background though, so I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it does. I think I have a little bit of violet in there. Let's bring a little bit more violet in here. I like green and violet. Oh, he signed in apparently. Oh no, he's having issues with work, I think. Alright, should I try a little bit of, this one was bubble wrap. Should I try it on the other end? Ooh, come on, bubble wrap. Just kind of press it on there. Whoops, I moved it. Nope, that's just going to give more interest. Right? That is very wet. Let's see, did we see? This one's dry. We have one that's dry. Do we want to add anything to it? I don't know. It's a fun background. That's what I'm going for here, right? It's just some really nice, fun backgrounds. Could even just add some layers here and there.
You have to use your own?
Ooh, ah! You can drop stuff too. That's fun. You can even, alright, so if you don't have watercolors or inks and you do have like acrylic paints, you can water down your acrylic paints to make them a little bit more watercolor like in their viscosity. Is that the word I want? Might be. So you know, that's, do you want me to show you? I can show you. So if you only have like craft paints, that you can just take a little bit of your paint if you can get it out, because you know why. Also, if you want a little bit of opaqueness, you could just add some of that too with your palette knife or with a brush. Oh, that's why I didn't want it to come out. There's like a, I don't know, there's a thick gloopy part in there. I'm going to add some dirty water to it. Who knows what. So you just, if you add water to your acrylic paint, and if it's dirty water, well, then you're going to have dirty colors, and that's fine. But then you'll get more of that transparency. And then you could even, while it's still wet, do a little spray or whatever and have it move and do some different things. You could even spray a little bit of that. Oops, that's a lot. A little bit, a lot, doesn't matter. There you go. That'll be fun. Oh, gotta find a place. Gotta find a place. Oh. There we go. Forgot about that drawer already. See, I like that, how that comes out, but I can just never know how it's gonna. Alright, let's just do that. And do some sap green. Water down that sap green a little bit.
Yeah.
Leave a little bit of white here and there. Not much, apparently. Could have left more. Let's try leaving more white next time. Where's my turquoise? Right there. Hold it up high and just kind of spray it lightly and set it to the side to dry, and it'll do what it's gonna do. Oh, see them all in the end. I'm gonna leave a little bit more white here and there. It's the hard part for me is leaving a little bit of white. What do I want to do with that? I'm just going to leave it for a minute. Just leave it to the side. Oh, I was going to do, but I don't know where. There's more of my stickers in this drawer somewhere. Oh, is this them? I think I found some more little stencils that I can use.
Well, yeah, as far as I know, yeah.
There's stuff up there. There's stuff over there. There's stuff everywhere. Let's see. I can go ahead and do my little dirty water here. And could go ahead and place a stencil here. And spray. Oh my goodness, I don't think he realizes how loud he's being. It's just moving it is going to be the hard part. Because I want to keep that on there so it holds the water where I want it or whatever. I don't know. We've been working on like a lot of foresty colors, so. Put my dirty water down. You can do it with a brush, a sponge, whatever. And then, yep, I'm going to go this way. That's the forest floor one, I think. Where's my forest moss would be nice. But it doesn't have to be. This is speckled egg. I'm going to spray a little bit of that. It's going to be super subtle. So subtle it's a secret. Let's see. We could even put it on there dry. It won't stick as well though. Oh, these are all like, I don't know if these come in 5x7s or not, the baubles and whatnot. But I like them smaller, so I cut them smaller for myself. Let's see, this is one that I cut. Oh, this is a butterfly mask that I let get bent up. That's sad. Alright, I think what you do is you just kind of carefully, where it's bent, you gotta go look at, Mariah's got a video on how to straighten them out, but I think it was kind of like burnishing it, but be very careful when it's something delicate like that, for sure. Alright, what's this? These are circles. These are little, oh, circle masks. It's just like the set of whatever. Those would be fun to use. Oh, this is my 8x, oh yeah. Alright. Some of you know I have an obsession with the Oriental Lattice stencil. It's one of my favorites. It's a favorite. Okay, let's go ahead and set that on there. I don't want to center it. That would bug me. And then, turquoise? Sure. A little turquoise spray. Just here and there. Oh, and now I can go ahead and, maybe not that one, maybe this one? Just kind of pick up some of that spray from that stencil
right, yeah.
There we go. That's fun. I like that. Nice and distressed look. Not, you know, just some of it gets picked up. I like that. What about here? Super subtle. Can't even really, it's just more like, you can see a little bit of the round. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Okay, 7:30 if I'm still up.
Yep.
Maybe if I remember. Maybe.
Yep. See what I might be able to pick up there. Not a lot, so we'll just kind of pick up some of the spray. Just for a little bit of background. This is like kind of my last piece. Alright, I'm gonna, oh wait, but wait. This one that has the weird pencil marks on it. Let's just go ahead and the olivey green or whatever, and some bright green. I'm just gonna let that dry. Put it to the side. Alright, I'm gonna clean my brushes and whatnot, and these are gonna dry, and I will finish this video when they're dry. Oh, it's a very long video. It's alright. Okay, are you ready for results? I'm excited. Well, this one, they're all totally dry. It's this next day. And I like the grunginess of this. This is one that one of the, I think it was this one was on this stencil. And then that's what that one looks like. I thought I would go ahead and take off the stencils at the same time. This one I didn't though, but see that color there? That was on the stencil because I use different inks and stuff with my stencils, and I really like the grunginess of that. This one was the kind of plain background, and then while this still had ink on it, I just did that. So that's the blue that was on here. And then I also had stuck this one. Oh, this one's still a little bit on the damp side, but you can see some of the color picked up on that one. And this is how that one came out. And, oh yeah, look at that. That's how that one came out. This is why I like using the stencils to kind of pull up. And that one is dry. Now that one was, just picked up some of the ink from that Oriental Lattice. This is one of the ones that we just did the stamping on. And there's this one as well. I did several of these. And I just like that like watery effect. And I mean, you know, I can add more. Let's see. Those are the ones I showed yesterday. Oh, here's another one of these. And this one, it was just the ink whenever. This is the one that had that pencil on there, and I was just throwing stuff at it. This one, see, I'm more likely to use them like this. I'm not sure. Oh, I almost see a little bear on there. I don't know. It looks, oh, it's Winnie the Pooh, but I think he's smoking a cigar. And then this one, it didn't pick up a lot of it, but enough to just put some texture in the background. Let's see. Oh, this one, I think, oh, there we go. It did get something on there. The gears, the cascading cogs. That one was. This is one of the first ones. And I think I had added some more to it after a bit. That one. See, it's just a background. I can add more. Depending on the angle you hold this, you can see the white marker a little bit more. But it does, that particular, the acrylic markers don't resist as much as like using paint, actual paint for some reason. Maybe because it's a thinner. That's the one with the circles. This is the one with the, I had done like a leafy thing. Don't know if you can see that or not. Oh, here's the dragonfly. Oh, that's cool. Just kind of looks like, when you do the dragonflies, it just looks like a fossil, kind of. It's kind of cool. And there's that one. Now that it's dry, I'll probably put these under a book to flatten them out. Alright, be careful. If you had paint or something on your stencil, it could stick a little, so just be gentle when you're pulling these off if they're a little bit on the sticky side. But that's what we get with that one. Oh, let's see. Oh, the little baby dragonflies. I'm not sure. A little bit. Just subtle in the background. It's cool. Alright, and then there's that. Had a little bit of the pink on it. Yeah, they definitely need to sit under a book. And then that one. And I'll leave that one up because I'll show you what I was thinking of. And then here's the seahorse one. Alright, I think we need to be gentle with this one too. I've had these masks a while. They're all from PM Artist Studio. Before they had stamps, you know, masks was... Alright, so the whole seahorse doesn't really show, but I have the stamp now, so I could stamp over that, and then we would still get like a little bit of interest. But it is interest in the background regardless. And there's that one. Some of these I definitely want to add to. Okay. That's how that one came out. I think that's the Crafter's Workshop stencil. I can't remember. The damask stamp, which looks like this, barely. It just gives a little bit of texture in the background. Ooh, I know. You've been waiting to see the poppy pods, huh? Oh, that did not, I do not get the poppy pod on there. I don't know what that is. Eddie probably has some ideas. Let's see, what about this one? Did it do any better? That's funny. So the other part down here didn't quite come out as much. If I had like taped it on there or held it longer, it might have, but it's still, there's still interest in the background. You never know what you're gonna get. This one is, ooh, see that one I sprayed. So there's also a difference if, you know, so I had put the watercolor down, put the stencil down, and then sprayed it with the marigold. Is that what it's called? Dried marigold. And that's how that one turned out. Whoops, ah, it fell. And then we've got the ones that were on this canvas, well, this one with the more cogs. So because the paper warps, you don't get a total thing. This one was the, I think that's the one that I used the marker on, the acrylic marker on. That one didn't get anything on it, but that's okay because it has a lot of interest with what I had done in the background. And one fell over here, but I've got my little grabber. If you don't have a grabber in your studio, you might want to get yourself one. I'm hoping I got them all because, okay, there's that one. That one had been on that mesh. I love how this line here comes in like that. That one, I did more bubble wrap on it, so it's got some more rockiness to it after I added more color and whatnot. And is that all of them? Good question. Let's see. Now, of course, like porous, you know, a paper like watercolor paper works best for this. The sulfite paper I've used before, and it works nicely with inks. And if it works nicely with inks, it should work nicely with watercolors as well, I would think. Ooh! Dropping my pile from the other day. And then this one's just kind of plain, and that's the drop paper from yesterday, not today. Whoops, sorry. Alright, let's do a couple things. So, and even though we've gone really long, I wanted to, this was my original thought with this, was to do the background and then just kind of, is this my pen? Yes, why is it not writing? Just come in and, alright, I think I need something darker and thicker. Not that thick. 1.5 was a little too. That one didn't work yesterday. Wait, that one didn't work? I don't know. This one's a 0.5. It's just a little bit. It's okay. No, I gotta throw away pens that don't work. It's ridiculous. Why do I do that to myself? I don't want that one either. Alright, I just need to have my favorite pens easily. That one's 3mm. That one's way too thick. Medium. That might work. Definitely be darker, but this is kind of dark. So this was my idea, to just kind of come in and add some leaves and whatnot. Guess they're going to be a little double leafy. I won't do 3 because then you'll think it's poisonous. Something like that is what I was thinking. And then it could also add, you know, a little bit of stamping and whatnot here and there, or whatever. Oh, inadvertently picked up the do my little bit of little barbed wire lines. Except for they're going to be a little bit weird because I picked up the 3mm, which is a calligraphy pen, so it's got that kind of a tip. So I was just using the. So that was my thought on that, and then just kind of turn it into a tag. I'm going to put these under books to let them flatten out, and I hope you enjoyed that video. She says, as she's like, oh wait, I wanted to do this too. Well, I don't think it's going to work great with this stamp, but I'm just going to get this wet, because like I said, this is drip out some of that water, and just get this wet and that wet, and then it's going to be a mess, but it should pick up some of that because it's water soluble watercolors. But I'm just going to let that dry, or dry it. Be right back. I dried it and then I pressed it on in that corner a little bit more. It just gives it a little bit of texture, and then if there's ink on it, sometimes that will come off. It doesn't look like what the stamp is, but it's not quite as plain as it was. Alright, so that is that for today. I hope you guys have a delightful day. Have a great weekend. If you're watching this on Friday or Saturday, this is coming out on the Friday, I think, February 28th. And so coming up will be the next videos will include, not be exclusively, but will include the Mixed Media March 25 hashtag with the open collaboration by Carrie Griffiths, aka Carrie the Crafter. So stay tuned for that in March. I hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you.